Hmm. Dijon. Let's go with Silverstone.
Hello.
Good enough. Hmm. Maybe my mic's not picking up.
Yeah, it sounded pretty broken at first. It was just barely a thing.
Alright. I am making a version of it since I smashed it last Saturday.
You smashed it.
Yeah, because apparently, even though I had it muted, it was still transmitting. And on
Oh,
top of everything else that was happening during that fucking race, I just lost it. and then the headset paid for it. So I sort of did a total wolf, but maybe not quite that extreme.
Yeah, it can be enraging when shit like that happens. I didn't hear anything though, but I could, by the time we started racing, I could barely hear Discord because I had it on the phone and had it in a weird spot, and I had the shit too loud.
That makes sense.
Couldn't hardly hear crew chief until I got to the volume button.
You know, raced here since we did it in SRL.
Yeah, it's the same. It's been a long time. Long enough to have forgotten where the last place I raced was. But I knew I'd been here before.
Yeah. I kept thinking in my head that it was not this, but the other, I want to say it's a French track, but it's the one that and I can't even remember which one it is now. We ran some touring cars on it, and it has like you start off and then you take like it's got the fast left and then the right handers. We ran it in 91, and man, you have that long kind of straight, kind of curves a little to the right, and then you go into that hairpin, and then you get another long straight. Trying to remember the name of it. There's a P in it, I know. I can't remember. Okay. That was the Dijon from Noir? Oh, thank you. That was it. That's what I'm trying to think of.
What's that?
It's Magnicure.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's a good track, too.
Nice and tight, has a good flow to it.
Yep.
Someone else is here.
Hello.
Hello.
Is that George?
Yeah.
What?
Did I lose you?
Are you still?
You are cutting off.
Radio check.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello.
you still at work, George?
Just checking the radio. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, radio's good. So,
E aí, rapazes?
I believe.
Hey. Ready for the weather?
What weather?
I don't know. I pray for the rain. I need to a good race on the rain.
Why do you pray in the rain? I thought you had a good good speed, good pace.
Yeah, but apparently my car works on the rain with these setups. But 2 days ago I have weather on the server and never again. So I would like to test just to see, by curiosity.
My left front is hot. Anybody else suffering from that?
But the
Hey,
problem is this: I can manage the arbs on the car, yes.
hey Ross,
As
where are you at? Are you traveling?
No. No.
The arbs are blocked on the
Yeah,
car.
it sounds a little you sound a little bit cutting off in and out, so I don't know if you're in a bad internet spot.
No.
Because I pressed my button arbs
No,
and
I was talking to Ross, Philippe.
oh, I know, but I asked if the arbs I can play on the car or no, because apparently in my game,
Yes, you
this
can.
allowed.
Yeah, it is.
But I need to set all the control on the controller assignments because same button I can play arbs on the Acura was disallowed here when I press.
Really?
You hear me now?
Which, yes, we can hear you, but very light.
And sort of broken sometimes.
Yeah. Jason,
Oh,
how's it going,
George.
man?
Sometimes.
It's going. How are you?
Have you been recovering?
Managing.
So
Happy
you're not.
birthday, Jason.
So you're not fixing it yet. You're.
Not yet. I gotta wait till fall.
And did they tell you if it's gonna be like 100% fix or?
Probably not. I keep aggravating it. It's lesser and lesser so.
You are pretty aggravating. No, I'm just kidding.
50 minutes to.
So does this mean next year you're AM?
Probably. I'll probably be spending some time.
It's awesome,
Maybe
man.
even by the start of the season, like driving one armed for a while, and it'll be
Yeah,
switching it up
yeah.
between the left and right.
We're gonna be the veterans that we were once in the good old days. We were pros and ripping it up front, and now we're gonna be at the back of the grid having like, who are those guys? And then they're gonna say like, do you remember those guys in the late thousands that they were at their prime, just going for championships and wins?
Next year will be the same format, pros and arms and same track.
Yes, but it's at the end of the season. The way I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna reclassify people based on like the performance of the year.
Good AMs got to pro, and the
well,
pros
right now,
not had a good performance with
right
the
now
AMs.
the way it works right now is that we have too many pros in the top class, so GT1 and hypercar. there are gonna be a lot of pros that they're gonna be moved to AM.
Yeah, I really should have went down like
Yeah.
when I got injured, because I haven't been competitive in pro at all. Like half the time I can't even keep up.
Yeah. And then we're gonna have some AMs from the lower class, so LMGT2 and GT3 to move to pro. So that's basically what's going to happen. And but that is going to be a kind of like an advisory class. So basically, they're going to be 3 classifications of drivers: pros, so that basically any class you go in, any place, you are a pro. AM, which wherever you go in whatever class, you're an AM. And then the in between, whatever I call it's basically like top class AM, lower class pro. So this is basically where I and Jason would kind of fit that, you know, if we do like LMGT1 or hypercar, we would be AMs, but if we do GT3 or GT2, we would be pros. So
Interesting.
that's the idea. Obviously, in that class that it is AM based, you are not. It's not mandatory. So if, for example, Zils, he should theoretically go to hypercar AM, but he doesn't want to be classified as AM. That's fine. He can still race in pro. Nobody prevents you to go from pro. But
so the entry are free, but the league will be analyzed.
The entry is free, but if a classified driver from one class moves to a different class, is not be taken into account for the stratification. So if Gilles, for example, go to hypercar, his pace is not calculated for hypercar pro pace because he's theoretically an AM driver. He can compete in pro, but his pace is not for a pro.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It depends.
I think.
Of course, you have to enter right now that we're talking about him.
Yeah. But I think that format can be very good format and very good management to the ADMs during the races next year. So, by the curiosity, where am I next year? Where am I am, but I know am I?
That's a good question. That's a good question because you're half and half, right? In the historic class, you are a pro, but in the modern class, you are an AM. So I think it needs a little bit more. I want to see the season play out because I don't know. Definitely in the lower class, you are a pro. So if you do GT2 or GT3, you are a pro. But I don't know if you are a full pro or if you are just top class AM, lower class pro.
Yeah, but not out of sense because we had more races, more months of the season. So till the next year, I can know where I can go next year.
Yeah,
by my results for the rest of the year. It
doesn't really go by results; it go by pace. So your pace is actually good for pro, but because you make a lot of mistakes, your average your average drops. So if your clean laps are definitely pro.
Same here.
No. Philippe is actually faster than you in pace.
But I think I get mistakes and that problems are occurred with me, especially the last 3 races in hypercar, for example. I think it was by that issue. Remember last Saturday, and after the race, I'm still practicing to what happened? It happened again, 3 races in a row. Thursday and Saturday, and that problem too. I'm spin. I try to come back, barely put my throttle 100% in my car, did many puns.
I see.
So
So yeah, I mean you have a
yeah, that's
hardware
why I
issue there.
decided to
So
retire that day because it's embarrassment. But finally, I came returning, and I solved the problem. We'll see tonight if really solved.
yeah, I mean that will make it better.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I'm not losing
basically
my motivation.
that's how we're gonna do it for next year, and I think it's gonna be a better start. And obviously, we're gonna see how many people we get. What's the split again, and how many people are gonna come into historic next year. Um, so that can also change the classes because traditionally the historic series is only having, I would say, about 20% overlap. Basically, 1 out of 5 people from the modern series race the historic one. So
Yeah,
I mean, it's not bad. It's just preference. But yeah, traditionally, this is usually the number.
Oh yeah.
yeah, but I really like the format to AMs and pros in same race. Doesn't physics car change? I mean, the pro had fully physics, and the AMs had a less percent of the power on the engine, like LMP2 between the
Yeah.
hypercars or
No. We don't.
LMP2 between the LMP1. I like
Yeah,
the same physics, same performance, how fast the drivers can go to promote it or not.
yeah. That's how we do it. Yeah,
I mean,
because if you do
two
change
different
the class,
categories.
yeah, if you change the class, then basically it's a different class. You're not. If you had like LMP1 for pros and LMP2s for AMs, then you're having two different classes, like separate different types of cars.
Mm.
Yeah,
But here the point is not to have different cars, is to have the same car and split the drivers based on skill.
inspiring on the GT format, yes, the pros and AMs sharing
They
car.
have it. Yeah.
Pro driver or silver driver or whatever, something like that.
Have you thought about my suggestion, George?
What's your suggestion?
That you can continue to have the driver classes, so that you'd have a pro and an AM, regardless of category, but you then have like the sub designation of like a pro-am, let's say, and they would still score points. Like if they designated as a pro, they would still score points alongside the pros, but they would be separated. So like if you finished in 10th in the pros, you're still getting whatever 10th place points are, but you're down there fighting with the rest of the pro-ams that are doing the same thing.
But then the issue that they have is that then why don't you go into like an AM class?
So you
That's
have
my.
an AM class.
Oh, you don't want to have an AM class?
No, you still have it. You effectively have
Three
three
classes.
driver classes,
Yeah, but
but
that's a problem.
but
3
you're
driver
not
classes like
you're not
a Group
scoring
C
them.
last year.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I don't like this because it's way too much of a logistic nightmare. Way.
No, it's less of one. All you have to do is everyone has the same pro class designation, but in the points, that's where you've denoted which drivers are of the pro-am status. So like they're still all up and down, like they're still included like within that pro championship.
Yeah, but you're having like three categories and 3 championships. This is too much though, because now you're scoring people double on 2 different championships. I mean, I don't find any point on having a pro-am class. The pro-am class that exists in real life is it's a legitimate in-between class that you get its own separate championship.
Quite differently because you don't have that same driver pool to pull from. But there's clearly a delineation between driver skill that's out there. where it's like you have these people that are way on top of things.
Yeah. And I mean it will always be a delineation like that. So what we are trying to do is at least bring them more correctly together. So split the top 10 on the field and then the bottom 10 of the field. That's what we're essentially doing. So we don't have 20 on one class and 5 on the other. You know, if like we split the 25 in like 13 and 12, that's a good split to me. I mean,
So
you
how do
always.
you-
What's that?
Yeah,
What's that?
How do you
I'm
form
not.
this
I'm not
certification?
excited
So
for the
the
next year.
certification is you take like what you consider pros, which is gonna be like published at the end of the season, and you consider those as the pro class. And the pros determine what is qualifying as an AM or not. So if you are within the 101% of those, then you are a pro. You're good to be a pro. And if you're out of that, then you become an AM. But so in theory, if you can have a situation where you have like 20 pros. Hold on, this fucking R Factor does stupid shit here.
Apparently, my pedals really solved the. I braking the Toyota like I never braking entire year until now. Holy hell! Hopefully I get a good race. I need to.
So what happens is basically you can have a situation where you have like 20 pros and 5 amps, but then the 20 pros will be all of the same capability. So let's say if we had, let's say, 3 Kirby's, 3 Mias, 2 mics, mic bells, you know,
one
like
Mia was tough. Imagine 2.
It's besides the point. The 2 Tom Lanes, you know, and 3 Magnuses. Yeah, that's all of them are
Magnus.
pro. Like, so everybody is like head to toe and they're within 0.3 seconds of each other. Yeah, that's totally pro. And you can have 20 of them. But in a case where we have a decreasing or an increasing lap time from top to bottom, then you should split the top half and the bottom half to create.
Yeah, Magnus had a good skill to adapt it fast to the cars. I mean, he had some struggle with the hypercar, with his Ferrari. We see some bad results of him on the hypercar. But 98, Magnus always top front.
He's still. If you look, Magnus took time to learn the Toyota. It took him about 3 races.
Yeah, but I take more time than him.
Yeah, but I mean, but what I'm saying is that you could see that Magnus still was figuring out the car the first 3 races. Like he was nowhere in Daytona, nowhere in Sebring.
Yeah, Daytona he messed his strategy. He made some mistake with the strategy and took out of the better result. But I think Magnus finished 2nd or 3 and Daytona, no?
Third.
I don't remember well.
3rd or 4th.
Yeah.
But the point was that he was far behind, and he was struggling with the car. He was making mistakes. Like, if you look at the replay, you will see he's making mistakes. I think.
Yeah.
Still about Hockenheim. In Hockenheim, something clicked, and he was on it. Like he was. Even Kirby was having a hard time like keeping up with him because he's so nailed with the car. And you could see it. And I think the same thing is happening to him with the Ferrari and hypercar, because I think he got his first win at Monza. So
and he did a very good strategy. He get behind to the front.
Yeah, so he's definitely figuring it out. Yeah, he's one of the tough ones to beat when he figures out the car. So you're always hoping that he's gonna have him figure out the car, because once he does, he's very hard. I thought always Tom Lane was one of the fastest ones to figure out a car, and he was usually at its peak performance, versus Kirby and Mia, that they were always at the just very good drivers. They were just having an incredible amount of skill. But but Tom
I'm happy
was,
with the Magnus development here, especially because I saw the Magnus effort and my effort in combined with his effort to develop the Toyota.
Come on, Jerry, show me some of the pilot shit.
So, but Magnus understands, he takes some time to understand the Toyota, but he adapted more fast than me. I don't say I can't drive this car or I don't like this car. I'm saying is I had a Group C on my mind on the beginning of the year, and I driving the Toyota like a Group C. Oh no, I need to understand how this GT acting, and I need to drive like a GT car. And bugged in my mind a bit, but I understand. In Hockenheim, I was stronger, but I had the penalty, so I need to returning to back and gaining many positions on that race, and I'm really happy with that race. I think on the classic cars was my better performance before Le Mans. Need to see today how my performance are.
George, did you forget to turn left?
what's that? Sorry.
Did you forget to turn left over there?
No, I'm checking something on my steering wheel. I think it's out of calibration.
Which wheel you had? Sorry, the question.
The Fanatec CSL DD.
Whoa.
And I'm using 1980s Formula One steering wheel.
Whoa. You did a DI?
What's that?
Working on the wheel, Formula One wheel. You did by own or?
Yeah, I have like 3 different steering wheels. One for GTs of 2000s, which is bigger, 37 millimeters, 31 millimeters. The prototype steering wheel for prototype cars, and
31 millimeters.
Sorry, 31 centimeters, so 310 millimeters. And then the 27 one for historic.
Oh, really nice. I want to buy a direct drive for this year. I talked time before, but I decided to build with calm and get ready for the next year. In learning how to drive on direct drive, because I need to adapt it on there. Was my first time, so I need to gaining experience and learning and exploring and gaining experience to it. So I'm not any worry to build anxiety. So piece by piece, calmly get ready to next year. Like I build a car, take the necessary time, you know.
Yeah, it's definitely the way to go.
Yeah, but my problem is everything I got is shit, so I gotta replace everything.
Yeah, so
don't do that.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking, like always, it's cheaper to buy something expensive because you never have to replace it.
Yeah,
that's my philosophy, at least.
my bill right now is $6,400.
Nice, that'll be good.
The load cell pedals are super difficult to use
No,
in first time, or
but
it's easy.
They're the
uh,
same as your car brake pedal, so it's real quick.
Yeah, but I ask it because you need some force on the leg.
you could, if you've got a decent pair, you can set how much force you actually need to apply. So like right now, mine's like, I don't remember the exact number, but it's around like 80 some kilograms.
Whoa.
And which isn't obviously a force, but I mean, you get the idea of like what the brake threshold is, and it can go up to I think like 150 or something like that. But these are the Heisenfelds. I mean, that's the ultimates go stupid high to the point where it's like you need to like pack on about 40 or 50 pounds more before you're actually going to be able to stand on the thing and compress it fully for any sustained amount of time.
You're talking about if you put it full stiff, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, even if you have the sensitivity cranked all the way up, I mean, it's 300 pounds.
Yeah, I just don't like pedals that they need a lot of force to brake. I like travel a lot, so.
Well, and you can, if you have a set that allows you to swap out the dampers that are on
I
it,
mean,
then yeah, you can get that. It's just like when you swap out your wheel, where it's like, hey, you know, I'm driving a Formula One car. That thing's gonna be like stepping on a concrete pad versus a historic Trans Am car, where it's like, oh yeah, this thing's gonna move like a swing set.
Because the classic cars was a full course traveling pedal.
Usually, yeah, right. It's certainly more
Like
than the
NASCAR.
modern ones. Yeah. Or if you go to a street car or something like that, you know.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm struggling sometimes with touring cars, because I don't like too much the full traveling course pedal.
Cars, maybe some of the old ones have that, but I feel like the newer ones, they're pretty tight. Or they should be anyway.
Yeah. I'm waiting to build my new equipment and in learning how to manage my pedal, gaining experience with the load cell pedal, see how I can learn and how I can describe how the cars do on the track more accurate, because I have some deficient feedback of the car. Sometimes I can't describe it well how the car does, but I love to learn. I love to getting better.
That drop right at the end of the hill there. I'll kill you. And like Gilles wants to kill me for holding him up.
Yeah. This track. I'm not happy with my tires yet. I can go well with the hards, but I'm not happy yet. My car doesn't do I want the car do. But at least I get it better at the last corner. How many minutes to the briefing? 20?
27.
15 minutes. Like, am I the only GT2?
Yeah, I don't know about that. I was seeing it and I was like, oh man, it's gonna suck. I don't know why people don't like those cars.
Because we like the GT1s more.
I doubt it. I think they're just scared to drive them. The problem is that I would be so much better in a GT2 if it was a Ferrari. I would definitely go in there.
They didn't have those. And you know
And-
why. Well, they kind of did.
They did a little bit later on, but it came about a few years too early.
Man, that fire very severe. Holy crap. Hey, look at that. I'm beating Daniel Kirby. Alright. You know, having this big steering wheel is a lot of fun in GT2s. It's already pretty good for driving off the rears a lot, but man, this track just eats that front left.
Yep.
Risto should be driving here. You'd actually enjoy the fact that it's burning the rears instead.
Yeah, I was about to take him a screenshot of my car at the end of the stint. So he stops giving me shit about rear tires. I think like I'm about what 60% on the front tires by the end of the stint and 94 on the rears.
Just one stint?
Yeah, about so, yeah.
In the Nissan, I got maybe 10% in a stint, so 90%.
Yeah, it's very good on its tires, so it's gonna
It
come
is.
into play on this track. You may have something to Magnus. Well, to be fair, whoa, didn't know where you're gonna go. To be fair, though, the Ferrari you can actually tune it to not eat the fronts at all, but it gets very loose very quickly, and I hate loose cars. So I played basically all the cars instead of being aero, as most people probably will do in this track. It's all differential for me, all of it. All the rotation comes from the diff. So
I haven't touched that. Maybe I should.
But that's generally preference of style too. Depends what part of the car you want to bite and when and in what condition. Most people like on power, response of the car, and general stability on the brakes, or just a turn in on the brake, just rear bias. Just completely opposite. Car is just a complete dive bomber on the brakes. It can go super deep and brake on a straight line, and when you press the gas, it straightens up itself and rotates off power, and just give it jerks into the when you're halfway in the rotation to turn it. And then you have to work with the understeer correctly. So it's all about timing. So basically, you know that your car is going to understeer, and you have a specific point where you have to apply all of the throttle, and you're going to know exactly where the car is going to go and understeer at. It's just a very kind of like computerized driving. It's basically you're eliminating kind of like the driving feel, and you're just basically doing it like a computer. Like everything is just the same again and again. Instead of controlling the car with your foot, you're controlling it with your mind. You know exactly based on the line and based on the inputs where every time is going to be. So it's not intuitive to many people. I have to teach sometimes Barry how to do it. And obviously there is like a compromise between, right? So
Controlling it with your mind. Never
But
heard
I
of this
think the-
controller, but sounds good.
but I think the Nissan on this track is actually going to get a very good shine, because it's not the fastest, but it puts those lap times because it doesn't wear its tires. So it's not like raw speed that the car has.
Yeah, definitely not straight line.
Yeah, so it's just a momentum car that doesn't degrade.
Yes.
So
Yeah, you just gotta keep your rhythm, keep doing those same times, because it can fall off fairly easy too, especially on this track. If you start roasting the tires a bit, then it wants to just, it's completely different all of a sudden.
Tire.
Yeah.
Too cool. Started doing that with the F1 1982s. As we get it seems anytime we're running, it's always nighttime, wherever the race is taking place. That entry is rough.
Yes.
Minute until the brief. GT.
funny thing is you can always tell if someone is in fresh tires because he feels like a god to you.
Yeah.
Like the delta is so huge, especially on the right complex going into the last corner.
Yep.
Continues on through there. See what happens when you just kick the wing right off. Oh. I want to like this car. It feels so much like the Peugeot. Like in certain tendencies.
In this
Obviously.
track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's able to get to a stable spot in the not too distant future, so you can see him come back.
And he talked to me today. He apparently has a generator now that he's using for electricity.
What?
That's what he told me.
It's like somewhere.
Yeah, I have no idea. I asked for details. He told me I have to shut it off because the neighbors are gonna start yelling. I said, okay.
A minute. Rick Reno. Maybe gone to the bathroom. Right?
Yep, now. Okay.
Right.
But
Let's go ahead and we'll get this driver brief out of the way and get on with qualifying. So please, everyone, exit out and head back to the pits. Thank you, Kylie. Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller, please report to the principal's office. Stephen Miller, you're needed in the principal's office, please. Stephen Miller.
Not Bueller. Miller.
get the paddle out.
Stefan?
Mm-hmm.
I feel a boot coming. Come on, Ross. Throw the hammer down.
I haven't put the admin privileges on. Here you go.
Please report the principal's office.
Stephen. Is it just DQ?
Yeah. Disqualified.
There we go. Right. So, thank you for everyone being here. We're running the 200 kilometers of Dijon for MNRL. Obviously, it's a slightly smaller grid as it has been in the past, but we're coming off Le Mans. I guess people are sleepy, you know, taking holiday, all that fun stuff. But we're gonna have fun nonetheless. Obviously, stay on Discord voice, as it seems like most of you are. I thought Stephen was as well, but maybe not. And I guess he's the only one. Anyway, yep, stay on voice. You don't have to have your mic on. You can be muted, but just make sure you can hear everything in case of direction, all that fun stuff. The only driver aids, what are they again, George, for AM? Or is it no aids? I can't remember. No aids. Oh, no aids. Okay, I'm sorry. Conflicting with my Formula One night.
Well,
Anyway,
the aids are in the cars, in the respective cars, right? So they're
yeah,
outside.
any of your onboards you're allowed to use. You know, auto clutch and auto lift and blip are allowed as well. But that's it. Race length, like I said, it's about 200 kilometers or 53 laps plus the parade lap. Fuel is 2x, tires, mechanical wear, time, weather, all that is 1 times. We're going to do a rolling start. So we'll go from a standing position and then we'll roll off, go single file, do a full formation lap. Feel free to weave if you need to, and warm up your brakes or whatever. But kind of cool it down as we come around into sector 3 and take off from there. So that way we're not causing any issues. It's a small crowd tonight, so should be okay. As far as the orange zone goes, speaking of, it's parabolique. So that's turn 4. It's that uphill, the sharp right-hander, as you're about halfway through the track. So up through there is the orange zone. Of course, as you cross the line, your race starts as you cross the start-finish line, as it is in all the races we do. Track limits are pretty self-policing, but as always, keep one wheel on the racing surface, at least touching that white line. Like I said, it's pretty self-policing. Curbs will kind of bite you if you get too aggressive on all that. I haven't really seen anything egregious, and yeah, it should be good. Recommend auto headlights and wipers if necessary. Rain sort of around the area, but probably not threatening. But make the sky dark. We have run into issues with that before on some tracks, so make sure you have that. You don't want to get disqualified for a stupid headlight rule. Blue flags, as always, the passing driver does not have to get out of the way, but may not compete with or obstruct the lapping car, and must see when there's a side-by-side going into the corner. So, make sure everything is clean and crisp and clear. So, the lapping car does have the responsibility for making a clean pass, and it's both drivers' responsibility for good racing behavior. So be patient. It's sort of a tight track. There are some passing zones, certainly as you come into GT traffic, aka me. We can work together and make sure that passing goes well. It can be good practice, I guess, for Saturday. Don't ruin my race. I got a lot on the line here, guys. No penalties to announce for this race coming from the last one that I saw. No penalties to be served from IRRs. Golden rule of racing, of course, if you cause somebody an incident or take advantage, just cede or redress, and it should be good. But if you still feel you've been wronged in any incident, you can feel free to file an IRR using the brand new IRR system presented by Champion Motorsports, which involves going to the new Discord. I have a link, which I will post in the links channel, so that way, in case you get lost in any of the rest of the Discord, it's easier to find. Make sure that you don't hit escape. If you get stuck somewhere or anything, Control-Delete to get yourself towed back to the pits. Yeah, you're going to lose a couple laps, but at least you can keep going and rejoin and maybe salvage some points. Any DQs assigned, I can clean up during the warm-up process, but during qualification and the race, you're kind of on your own, so don't screw it up. We'll do a quick pit box check, although it's probably going to be unnecessary. It should be really quick right after qualifying. Any questions?
Qualifying's everybody, right?
Yep, we're going to do a combined qualifying because, well, yeah, yep. Yeah, so we'll run it out the full 20 minutes and, it'll be all of us together. I'll try and make sure to give you guys room. Obviously, I don't really need to do a whole lot, but in case, a JT or somebody shows up, I got to make sure I at least have one lap in the bank. Anyway, yeah, any other questions?
It should make you at least have like an advantage over the rest of them on Saturday.
You'd think.
I think so. Definitely running a race is.
Yeah, for sure. The one disadvantage, unlike the modern series, is that these races are a little bit shorter versus it's 60 minutes both nights for NARS and MNRL. But NARS and VWSC. But regardless, there's a lot of data to be gathered, and it is not. There we go. Jeez. I should probably come up with a qualifying setup. Okay, silence on comms except for essentials, and good luck, everybody.
Let's try the softs.
Can I go out and come back in?
Of course.
Yes.
False alarm.
God, that Ferrari sounds good.
I know, right? This is so awesome. Like, even if you do crap in the race, at least you have that sound to go with it.
And a ball of fire.
Okay. It appears to be everybody out. Oh, maybe not. George.
Back in a sec.
All right. Well, congratulations, Daniel. Very surprised. Come from behind. Makeup on that one. Hitting 110s. Yeah. And then to George for the AM. Well done. And myself, thank you for taking the GT2s.
This is not me. It's Diego actually that got the pole, but he exited the server.
Oh, did he? Oh,
Yep.
well, I rescind that. Shame on you, and all that. So we'll do a quick pit box check just to make sure that I mean, there shouldn't be any sharing, like I said, although with Diego coming back, assuming he does, that could mean that R Factor 2 gods decide to pit people together, but we can at least check real quick. So call for your pit, just pull out. We can wrap this up in a second. One thing that I did not mention during the briefing that is pretty important is the pit road entrance and exit, particularly the exit. As you guys saw, there's a very dedicated line there. It is not to be crossed either side. There should be plenty of racing room for those who are racing along. Treat it as a wall. That's pretty much it. And then coming in, make sure that you are, you know where the pit goes. It's a bit tricky. Make sure you commit. Coming off that final corner, get over to the right as soon as you can to signal that you're pitting, so that way we don't have any incidents where somebody is trying to pass up the inside or something, or you pull in front of them. I don't think we're going to have any problems. It's not as perilous as some of the other tracks, but just be conscious if you're up against somebody in that area. And yeah, this looks pretty good to me. We can go at what do we want to say? Let's go at 14 minutes remaining. We'll skip it forward, so that'll give you a few minutes here. And give Diego some time to come back. Oh, he is back, I think. He's muted, but it looks like he's in the server here. Yep, there he is.
Did we do box checker? Didn't matter. Or...
We did, but you're in between us, so it's not an issue.
Okay. Didn't figure it was.
Yeah, you never know. The R Factor gods.
It is an issue for me, as I'm about to switch over to phone.
Hey Diego, today I show how I am the boss. Someone false.
Jerry, the pit road speed, you'll see a little circular sign that says 60, and there's a line like right next to it. It's kind of at a 90-degree angle to the entrance to pit road. So like as you turn right to go into pit road proper, it's like right there. Comes up fast. It's actually kind of easier to hit here because if you're not down to 60, you might not make it. I'll be back in just a second. Sorry, I got wiped at that. Okay. Everybody ready to proceed on? Cool, because we are anyway. Next event.
Release the hounds!
All right, pole position. Look at me go.
Amigo.
Amigo.
Starboard is at 3 minutes.
George, I'm thinking we take that down to 2 for next season. Maybe not.
It's either 1 or 3 because 2 won't give enough time. It won't matter.
What do you mean?
For somebody to come back that has a problem,
Really?
some people don't have turbos for PCs.
Well, then why are they playing R Factor 2?
I just don't know.
Hey, is that number you quoted before, was that for a new computer as well, or is that just a rig?
Rigging computer.
Nice. That's very similar to what I did, so I can imagine you're filling your wish list pretty heftily.
Pedal set's $400 difference, one or the other.
And you're doing it not during a pandemic, so that means you'll get all your stuff on time, right, George?
Uh,
I still feel like you probably wake up in the night thinking that your wheel is on its way, and then gets not on its way. All right, 1 minute. Just a note to you guys. I won't necessarily jump out of the way, but I'll definitely try and not be in the way.
I don't know. You should probably stay where you need to be, so we can practice also.
Well, yes.
So I checked the. It took me 384 days to get my stuff. So more than a year, yeah. From
15
the moment
seconds.
I ordered.
10 seconds. It's just me. Roll off single file. We'll do a parade lap. Take your time. It's gonna be lonely back here, guys, so I'm counting on you to give me some entertainment. All right, good luck, everybody. Nice and easy. All right. Well, congrats, Daniel. And I didn't see before it switched who got the
Lanny, we have no idea how.
I'd like to introduce Lanny Hall as the winner of AM.
Wait,
Well done.
Did you pit for a second time, Lanny, or no?
wait, I thought I was
No,
first,
just
huh?
You were.
You've robbed me.
Wait, what?
Did Ethan win?
Yeah,
I just
Ethan
had
won
one
it.
pissed up.
Oh man. What happened to Danny?
I don't know. It just that Nissan was a different thing. It felt like it didn't have tires. It was just hovering. No dag.
Yeah, it's
What?
really good on its tires.
Lanny, did you pit for a second time?
No, just once.
That's why. How?
That was
No.
really good racing though, Dan.
Yeah, that was awesome, dude. Great race.
27 laps on a set of fuel. Oh, on a fuel tank. Wow. Wow. That's unbelievable. Well, good job. I can.
Lightfoot.
Yeah.
I have to thank my brother for the setup.
Well, yeah, he was there in front of me thinking that, he's doing the whole game, trying to slow me down so I cannot catch you. But I thought you had to pit. You had to pit. On 54 laps, you had to pit. So,
Yeah, and the results, it's got Lanny winning the AM.
Yeah,
Yes, indeed.
it's unbelievable.
Hey George,
And,
I still had 4 more laps of fuel left.
You're fucking kidding me, right?
Yeah, I had the same thing. It's kind of the same car, wasn't it, brother?
Kind of, yes.
Except in front of me was Daniel Kirby and Funky Boy, and I couldn't do anything with it. I couldn't outgas him, can't outrun him. All I could do was watch him.
In that much, no, I could not. That's a problem. That's some insane fuel consumption. Well, yeah, I didn't have anything for that. I thought literally when I cranked it up to 11 on like the last 2 stints, all right, tires are feeling good, no spins, we go for it. We're gonna get him. It's gonna be close on the pits, but we're gonna get him, and then he's not pitting. Okay, he's gonna leave it at the last moment, just a splash and dash. No splash and dash. Like, what happened there? Okay.
Crushed it. Well, on to Hungaroring in about a month.
It's a terrible track too. For like Deg, it's gonna be horrible.
What's the next track, Ross?
Hungaroring.
I dislike the Hungaroring.
I
That
think
was a
everyone
blast,
does.
but I have to go. See you later.
Like,
See,
and of course, we have this one again on Saturday. Lots
I
of
should
work.
probably go now. Thanks for the racing, guys. See ya.
That was
See
good.
ya.
Take
That's
care.
it.
Bye.
Hope you had fun.
Yeah. I did. Take care, guys.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the multi-class traffic was pretty good. Not really any issues. At least I didn't see any. I mean, maybe you guys had problems, but it seemed pretty good.
The multi-class traffic.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was one GT there that like we're going into the braking zone before the left-hander that goes to the pretty long right-hander. And I can understand he wanted to let me go or not, and he locks his brakes and went wide.
Yeah, that's because I was actually pushing on the sauce just to see if there was any appreciable difference, and there's 0. They were down to 90% after 2 laps.
So basically, you're going for hards in this race.
It's the only way. I mean, unless you have 2 laps, I mean,
yeah.
They're quick. I mean, you can do a lot with them, but I mean, they're a qualifying tire here and nothing more.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. It's like whoever goes on softs here is just not making it to the end of the race.
No, that front left just it disintegrates.
Yeah.
Can't do a thing.
Okay, so
Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to announce the next series for this group. Oh,
what is it? Do we know?
guess Daniel didn't want to hear about it. That's
Mhm.
fine. Let's see. What did the straw poll reveal? Come on. I go to this one. Let's show the results.
What basically
Um,
is that I cannot fucking show for my
Wow, it was a close one. 21 votes. In last place is the Aussie Legends. In fifth place was American Stock Car 66. Then we had a sizable gap to Legends Cars Trophy. Boo, I wanted that one.
Hold on, how many votes was those?
21.
Oh, all of them?
No, in total. HGT mod was 74 points in third. And a pretty big gap to the Ferrari F355 challenge.
Which is not the top.
Oh, really?
It's not, but it's historic.
Okay.
And then the chosen one, of course, is Stock Car Resurrection.
Will be
Oh, was it?
Stock Resurrection.
All right, what was the margin on that?
93 points versus 86 of the Ferrari.
But which mod wins?
Stock Car
Oh,
Resurrection.
Resurrection.
but
That's the
seem-
early 70s.
Yeah.
But this is doing something on the mod or original like the workshop?
Probably the workshop. I'm gonna look at that. That was it. The Thunderbird. No, that's the Daytona. And see if
Daytona, the track or the car?
the car,
Oh,
and see if it's
if work well, to added.
yeah.
I think that car, if it was the car I wondering, need to change something on the physics.
Here we
Solid.
go again.
If it was the Cha-Cha car, need to be very much changes on the physics.
Because of
Because
just how
it's
it
very different of the stock car resurrection. Very different physics between one and another. Is a completely different physics. Works like a classic car. You can drive on oval like a 70 cars, yes. But if you test the resurrection and test the other mod, the only car mod, if it was the same car you send me on the other channel, it's very different physics, so need to be equal.
The Superbird. For some reason, I thought it was the Charger Daytona also, but
Oh, nice fight, George.
It was not really for position, but yeah, it was good. I was
they only have
Sorry,
like
I was
10
not
guns.
yeah, I was at that point I was just hauling ass because I was trying to build the gap to
yeah, I
Ryan.
imagine. But
But,
sorry, because I struggle with the rear and some corners I need to slowly, and I know you lose some gap by this. Not intentionally, just because I struggle with the car. Old tires, very old tires.
Was off the pace there too, so it's not like. But yeah,
Did you change tires on the last pit stop, George?
Yes, I did. Why?
I
Just
changed
asking.
tires once.
Did you not?
No.
Wow.
Which tire is using? Always hard.
Hards, yeah.
And change once the new fresh set hards.
Every pit stop.
I start the race with softs.
Jesus.
Change it to new hards and hold this set till the end of the race.
I cannot do that. Well, I mean, my Barry may do it, but the fucking thing is Becky. What is gonna do? So she's gonna go 2 stops for sure, which I cannot do. I mean, I tried, but it was not. I wonder if I have a fuel map. Do you have fuel maps on those cars? Do we have fuel maps on those cars or no?
I had a brake map, but that was it.
Yeah,
we don't have
brake
fuel
map,
maps?
traction map.
So no fuel.
Somebody had a mixture.
Why these cars
wasn't me.
no have mixture map by the
Doesn't
rules
they-
by that time?
Yeah, but that time it was not.
Doesn't the 911 have some?
I thought it was available. Hold on, I'm gonna look at fuel tank. Okay, so maybe it's in a different file. And obviously they just fucking open the game and freaking go in there. Just do it. And
Can't hear you again, George.
sorry, I'm just quiet right now. Just trying to figure out if we have mixture maps for the cars.
I don't remember mixture maps.
Like engine fuel.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Well, I'm knackered. I only started. I only drove the car on the track first time this morning.
Ooh.
And my wife got COVID. My wife got COVID last week, so I've been looking after her for a week.
Oh.
Wow, fun.
She's well.
Yeah, she's okay. It's just that I got to do all the work, so I don't get it.
Right.
She's locked in her bedroom, awaiting her meals.
See. Well, for jumping in tonight, I think you did an excellent job.
Yeah, I would agree.
You had a lot of pace for me.
Judge, I think definitely I solved my problems. Took me out the results.
You think so?
Yeah, because I running well, better than I drove entire year, both cars. So I'm happy with the race today because I'm running out of mistakes, out of crashes, out of damaged cars. Even I behind someone or someone slower than me and I unable to pass, I still hold the car. Before I unable to do it, so definitely I solved.
Well, that's
and not
good.
because not because it's a setup fault or something. It's just because I really had I screwed controlled Jason, so I solved both.
Did you have damage on your car, George, after you crashed?
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out why you were taking so long to catch me.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You're talking about the first crash?
The first, well, you had 2 crashes,
Yeah.
and then
so
you
the
were
f-
behind me, and I was trying to figure out why you were taking
no.
so long to catch me.
No, I did not have damage there. It was a clean spin.
Oh, okay.
It was I just the tires were not at the right window,